Hi and welcome to my latest video. This is part 2 to the shopping questions. Last week we talked about my shopping questions that are meant to help you to stop yourself from buying an item that you're coveting. So if you haven't watched that, you can watch it after this video. But first of all, let's talk about the shopping affirmations I wrote down. There are 25 of them, quite a few, so I won't be going into detail for all of them. I wasn't sure how to do this because I don't want the video to be mega long. I want to kind of talk about them individually, but then I don't have so much to say about them either. And I think a lot of them are pretty self-explanatory. But then if I just read it out, the video will be really short. So now I'm not sure what to do, but I guess we'll do like a mix of them. So excuse me if I'm looking down, I'm just looking at my notes. Or my printout, more like. So yeah, let's just get started. Also, remember to subscribe, please. I would love to have you. It would make me very happy if you decided to subscribe to my channel. I have a very small channel, and especially after taking a little break from YouTube, I'm getting even fewer views. So it would be an honor if you subscribed and if you stuck around for a while, hopefully for a long time. Okay, and also leave me a comment about, I don't know what, anything. No, not anything. If you think these shopping affirmations would be helpful to you in particular. Let's do that question. And now let's get started. The first one is, I can live without it. Because sometimes you feel like you really need it, but you don't. 2, I can be happy without this item. Or I can be happy without this item. 3, I can be happy without shopping. Sometimes I feel like nothing excites me as much as shopping. No activity. Being with my husband excites me as much, but that's it. And I have a coloring book and markers. I've tried, I go to a choir. Like, I've tried things, but nothing is as exciting as shopping, so I need to find the happiness without shopping. 4, I don't need this. Pretty self-explanatory, but like I said earlier, sometimes you just feel like you need it so much, but you don't need it. It's a reminder because you want this item, but you don't need it. FOMO is a lie, a trick the marketers use to get my money. Important to remember, they just want your money. They're not doing you a favor by creating all these cute items. They're just greedy. I can bear the FOMO. Fear of missing out, if you don't know what FOMO means. I think most people know, but there was a time when I didn't know, so let me explain it. FOMO means fear of missing out. And yeah, it feels unbearable in the moment, but it's not. You can bear the fear of missing out. And then I can bear missing out. That's what follows. If you bear the fear of missing out, maybe you do end up missing out because maybe something's on sale and somebody else bought it while you were still trying to stop yourself from buying it, and then you feel bad. But there's no need to feel bad because you can bear missing out. You don't always need to have everything. It is for a good cause, which is obviously why you remember. I have another one which is later, but remember why you're doing this. It's like you're doing it for a good cause. You're doing it for good reasons to stop yourself from shopping, so you don't have to feel bad about missing out on something. By saving money, in brackets not shopping, I am investing in my future. And I'm doing the right thing not buying this. I'm doing the right thing not buying this. This is one I like because I'm an indecisive person. So it's really nice to know for once that you're actually making the right choice about something. If you can just relax and know, yes, I'm doing the right thing not buying this. Because sometimes it's like, oh, but it's so cute. It's a color that I really want and I don't have in my wardrobe. Should I buy this? But it doesn't really fit right. or I don't really have the money for it. And no, you're doing the right thing not getting it unless you need it. 11, I already live in abundance. I don't need this. I obviously said I don't need this earlier, number 4, but I already live in abundance. There's that theory that, like, if you think that you live in abundance, it will draw more abundance to you. Now, I used to believe that. I don't think I necessarily believe that anymore, but it's nice to remind myself that I do live in abundance. It's nice to tell myself that, because I don't see myself as a person who lives in abundance. But when I look around myself, in terms of stuff, I have so much stuff. And also I have enough to eat. I have a roof over my head. I have a lovely husband and a lovely family, you know. And it's nice to remind myself of that. And it reminds me of something that Prophet Muhammad said. He said, I don't know if I should say peace be upon him, because I feel like you can always wish peace upon someone. You don't always have to say it. You can always wish it. But anyway, peace be upon him, for the sake of any Muslims watching potentially. But yeah, he said that you don't never compare yourself to someone who has more than you. Always compare yourself to people who have less than you. And it really helps you to realize how good you have it. So that is the abundance I was talking about in point number 11. And also just reminding yourself of stuff, of the stuff you have. Sorry, not of stuff. Of the stuff you already own. Helps you to realize that you don't need to add more to it. Yeah, I don't know whether, like, collecting stuff and abundance is necessarily the same thing. Because maybe abundance is more felt on the inside, whereas stuff can get in our ways if it's, like, too much. But if you're someone like me who really loves stuff, then it can feel like abundance, and it can help you to remember that you're not poor, that you actually have a lot of things. Because sometimes when I'm like, I can't afford this, I can't afford that I want, I can't afford this that I want, and then you feel deprived. But really, you have so much stuff. I don't know about you. Obviously, there could be somebody watching who can't afford the basics, and that would be very... But I don't think so, because why would they watch a shopping video? And they probably... I don't know if they would have a... I don't know. Maybe because of their shopping addiction, they can't afford the basics. Well, that's... I think it would be good to seek counseling. I think it can help anyone. And I don't mean this as an insult, which is maybe can come across as. But please seek help if you're in such a dire need of support, because sometimes it helps to figure it out with somebody else rather than on your own. Because it's very difficult. I've started to go to SMART meetings, therefore any type of addiction. And I'm the only one with a shopping addiction there, but it's been helpful. We learn strategies, like delay, distract yourself, and these kind of things. And just talking about other people who maybe have gone through it, but there are people who haven't drunken in 7 years. And they should be very proud of themselves. And then you're like, if they can do it, maybe I can find a way to do it. So seeking support is not a shameful thing to do. Because I feel like I can't help with that. Also, I should have mentioned, I'm not any professional. I'm just sharing from my own experience. I just came up with these affirmations, and I just thought I'd share in case it helps you. But I'm not a professional. And yeah, I wouldn't be able to support you any further, if that makes sense. 12, don't go in, don't go on. Which of course means don't go into the shop, don't go online. Because if you don't go into the shop, you don't tempt yourself. If you don't go online, you don't tempt yourself. You won't be seeing all these cute items around you that you will end up wanting. Remember why you're doing this. I mentioned this earlier, but it's important to remember, and it's actually it can be helpful to write out the reasons why you're doing this, just as a reminder when it gets tough, that you know why you're doing this. You can remind yourself, and it strengthens your resolve. 14, you can do this, you've got this. Just a little like pat on the shoulder, just a little like encouragement. Yes, you can do this, you've got this. 15, just because I've wanted it for a long time doesn't mean I need it, or doesn't mean I need to buy it. I put to buy in brackets, because it doesn't mean I need it, but it doesn't mean I need to buy it. These are like two meanings of the same statement. Because sometimes I tell myself, oh, I've wanted it for this and this long, or I've wanted it for so long, I can't even remember when I wanted it first. But I wanted it for so long, so I deserve to buy it. No, you don't need it maybe. Just because you wanted it for a long time doesn't mean I need to buy it, because I want to reduce even more. Because I think there are a lot of things that I've wanted for a long time. If it was just a couple, then I think it might make sense, or it would make sense to finally purchase those. But I mean, it depends. Some things I've wanted for years, so yes, I want to buy them. But some things, maybe months, which I can maybe still live without. You won't miss it if you don't get it. In most cases, you feel just fine and even forget about it completely. Out of sight, out of mind. And in the odd case where you miss it, you can bear that feeling, and it is worth it on the whole to shop less. Pretty self-explanatory, really. And again, I put to buy in brackets for the next one. Just because there is a sale on doesn't mean I need to buy anything. Or just because there is a sale on doesn't mean I need anything. The meaning is slightly different, because it helps me to tell myself that I don't need it as well. Like, I not only don't need to buy it, but I don't need it in the first place. Yeah, that's another big one, because the sale often makes me shop on H&M. My future self will thank me for saving the money and the space. In brackets, not shopping. That is true. Delayed gratification, delayed reward. Like there was this experiment, which you probably have heard of, with children, allowing them either one marshmallow now, or if they wait, they'll get 2 marshmallows later. And a lot of the children ate the first marshmallow because it just was so tempting, and they felt like the reward, the immediate reward, was bigger than like waiting didn't feel as rewarding, even though they would have gotten 2 marshmallows. Some children waited, and I think we're all still big children as adults. So sometimes delayed gratification doesn't feel as rewarding, but it will be later on. Your future self will thank you. So reminding yourself of that is really helpful, and I need to do that more. I haven't paid enough attention to this particular point, I think. Where were we? Oh. The specialness of an item is only an illusion. In reality, they are just things. People, nature, and God are special, not stuff. Obviously, as a Christian, I don't want to talk you out of thinking about God, but if anyone is not comfortable with it at all, like, you can add whatever you find most special in this universe into this statement. It could be spending time with loved ones, the universe, stars, animals. I just put people, nature, and God, because God is the most special being there is. So, but yeah, the specialness of an item is just an illusion. Yeah, because I always think, oh, it's so special. I need it, I want it, because it's special, it's unique, it's cute. Maybe I don't have anyone in this color yet, or I don't have anything similar yet. That also may be a little bit of an excuse, because a lot of times I have very similar things, but nothing exactly like that. So I'm just like, I need this in my life. It's so special and so amazing. And like I said in the first part of this video, about the shopping questions, you're putting this item on a pedestal, well above your financial well-being, well above yourself, and you're just like, it's so amazing, I need this in my life. And I just need to remind myself that the specials of an item is just, it's just not really, it's not really a special, it's just stuff. I don't know if illusion is like the best word for it, because I don't know. It's just like, you don't, it's not really as amazing as you may think in the moment when you want to buy it that it is. And later down the line, it will lose some of its specialness. It'll still be cute, but you'll want something new. So reminding yourself of that can help to not buy it. Yeah, in reality, they are just objects. So we need to like keep that in mind. And there's this saying, how does it go? Love people and use stuff instead of loving stuff and using people, which ties in really well with that, which is kind of what it's about. I'm not saying we would all, you and me would, I'm not saying you and me would all use people. We're not that type of people, hopefully. I don't know you, but hopefully we're not these type of people. I know I'm not. But yeah, it's important to remind ourselves what's really special in life, like people, nature, and God, the universe, spending time with loved ones, and our pets, etc. Rather than placing too much importance on an item, on just an object. It's like in the Bible it says that you shouldn't worship idols. I think stuff could be an idol. Shopping could be our idol. And we don't need to do that because we already have God to pray to. Like, I feel like sometimes there's this word anhimmeln in German. I'm not sure what you would call that in English, but like, just like admire, anhimmeln. Himmel means heaven or sky. And an is a preposition which means towards. So it's like you're literally like towards the sky, like almost as if you're praying to it, like, oh my God, it's so amazing, you know? And it means admire, but it has a more, the literal meaning is quite expressive. So you're just admiring stuff almost as if like you're a little bit praying to it, like it's not necessary, it's just stuff. Don't have idols other than God, you know. I don't bring religion into this, and if you're not religious, this may not speak to you, but I think you can follow the thought process, and hopefully it brings home a point. And if you're not religious, consider that maybe God is real. How would you feel if he was? If he's a loving God? But anyway, let's not get into that. You might not be comfortable with it. It might be like the 100th time you hear someone tell you, oh, you should believe in God. So I don't want to push you away from this channel. And then we have, there is no need to feel deprived. Because yeah, I feel deprived on the inside. It's one of the things that why I shop. Excuse me, please. Because I think when I was younger, growing up, we couldn't afford that as much as I wanted. Even though I still had a lot of stuff. I don't know how we ended up with so much stuff. But at the same time, we couldn't afford that much. So it left me feeling deprived. And it makes me want to shop now that I can. Although I still can't. But that's I hope that makes sense. Because when you shop too much, you can't afford what you want. So, but yeah, just a reminder that I don't need to, let me see how long this video is. Oh my gosh, it's very long. Just a reminder that you don't need to feel deprived. You can feel fine about it, even if you can't afford everything you want. You don't need to own everything on the planet. That's part of one. Oh yeah, that's my other affirmation. I'll get to that in a minute. If you're not gonna buy anything, then you don't need to see what they have available. Because a lot of times it's like, oh, I'm just gonna do window shopping. I'm just gonna go in and see what they have. I'm not gonna buy anything. Even scrolling online, I just want to have a little look. I'm not gonna add it to my basket. And then you find something really cute and you get tempted and you really feel like you really need it when you don't. So if you're not gonna buy anything, don't go in, don't go on. If you can't stop yourself now, then you won't stop yourself later. That's just to help you stop yourself now from buying something, of course. Yeah, because a lot of times I think, oh, I'm just going to buy this one thing and then I will stop. No, that's like in the addiction group, they said that about drinking. They think, oh, I'm just going to have one beer. No, it's not going to remain with one beer. So it's not going to remain one beer. You want to have more afterwards. So why is this item more special than anything I may see later? Why do I think if I buy this, I'll be satisfied and then I will stop? You won't be satisfied. You'll crave more. So if you want to stop yourself, if you want to stop shopping or stop over shopping, then whatever you're craving now, don't buy it. You can bear the anxiety from not buying this item as it will go away over time. Yeah, sometimes it gives you anxiety. Actually, every time it gives me anxiety not to buy something that I want. But if you just wait it out, the anxiety subsides. At least, I hope. Most of the time it does. You may have to wait for a long time. This may be different for you, but for me, I feel like it takes a long time for the anxiety to subside, but it does eventually. 24. You don't need more money, nor do you need to try to buy as much of what you covet as you can. You just need to learn to feel content with what you already have. Pretty self-explanatory. Because sometimes I wish I was rich and I could just go in a shop and buy whatever I want without having to worry about it, without having to count my coins. But really, look at what you already have and try to feel content and appreciative, happy, grateful. Gratitude is kind of overused, but it can be difficult because sometimes maybe if you're depressed, you have a hard time feeling grateful. But there will be one of the other things that you're grateful for, and you can still feel content. There's a lovely exercise that I like, which goes like this, that you write down everything that happened in the day that you would like for it to happen again. So it's not like I'm writing everything that I was grateful for, if that's too much, but just things that you would like to happen again. And then it opens your eyes to, oh wow, actually a lot of things happened that I would like to happen again, that I was happy about. You may think you have a bad day, but then you notice all these little things that actually were nice, that actually were, good things to happen. That is about things that happen. We are talking about stuff, but that's still contentment. No, contentment ties in with anything that happens, or with things on the inside, with what do you call them? Intangible things, like having a supportive partner, or family, or your pets, or God, going for a walk in nature. Anything really. If you practice contentment for anything you have, it will spill over to how much stuff you have, and you will generally, can you hear my tummy growling? Sorry. And it will help you feel more content. Then hopefully I won't feel like I need to have more money or need to try to run after little items and try to buy as much as possible from all the things that I am coveting, that I want. Try to afford as much as I can, but maybe I can feel content with what I already have. That's one of my aspirations. So hopefully this will be helpful for you as well. And the last one, which I've already mentioned, is it's fine if you can't afford something. You don't need to own every cute thing on the planet. I talked about that earlier, but like when you feel deprived on the inside, and especially when there's a lot of things you've seen, a lot of things you want, due to repeated exposure to shopping websites and shops on the high street, physical shops, you see a lot of things that you want, and you remember them because they're so cute, and you're just that type of person who remembers cute stuff, and you want to buy. It makes me like try to buy as much of them as I can, but really I don't need to do that. I don't need to own everything on the planet that is cute. And that would be impossible anyway. Also, it's fine if you can't afford something. It's just like a reminder that you don't have to feel deprived. You can feel fine about it. I don't know how to else explain it, but I just don't want to feel bad about it anymore. I want to feel fine about it. It's fine if there's things you can't afford, and there will be other things that you can afford. So just be happy on content, happy about those, content with those. Because you can't own everything on the planet, and nor do you need to. So anyway, these were my 25 shopping affirmations, or maybe I should call them anti-shopping affirmations, but shopping affirmations just rolls better off the tongue. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Do you think these would be helpful for you? Let me know if you try them out. Let me know if you tried any of these and how it went or will have gone. If you do it in the future, come back to this video and leave a comment about how they're working out for you. Thanks for watching as always. And again, I'm not a professional. I'm just sharing my own experience. But some of these have helped me to refrain from shopping. I need to use them more as well. So I read them every Sunday so that I can be reminded of them. But someone from the SMART group that I mentioned, it's called SMART because it stands for Self-Management and Recovery Training. Otherwise you might be like, why is it called SMART? He said maybe I can remind myself, or he gave me the idea, he didn't say that, he said something else, but he gave me the idea that I could read these before going on the high street or before going shopping. If I know that I'm like, I have like a planned shopping day, then I can read these before doing that, so that will help me to try and refrain from buying too much stuff that I don't need. Which is really helpful. I imagine it to be really helpful when, like, if I'm going for a specific, there are 2 books that I want, for example. I go to the works, but to do that I have to walk through the high street because the bus doesn't stop directly in front of it. So I have to walk through the high street, and then I'll be tempted from all sides. And even while in the shop, I might look around and see things. So this can help, like reading them in beforehand can help me to not buy too much stuff that I don't need. Whereas with online shopping, I think it's more complicated because sometimes I'm scrolling before I realize what I'm doing, and I'm like, why am I again shopping? Stop it. You know, why am I shopping again? Stop it. And then it's hard to come off the website because it's so fun and the dopamine hit. But anyway, if it's like a planned outing, then I think I can use these. And a little other reminder, if you haven't watched part 1 about the shopping questions, please go ahead and do so. And I'll see you in the next one. Please remember to like and subscribe, comment and share, and I'll see you soon. Bye, take care guys.